One of Kanye's biggest fumbles of the past few months has no doubt been the Yeezy app that just completely crashed and burned despite getting fully finished, and this new lawsuit being filed against Ye by the app developers sheds a ton of new light on things. Now, I think we all knew that relations between Yeezy and the app developers were not at all in a good place, with hints being dropped throughout the past few weeks of poor work conditions, forcing minors to work, and unpaid wages. But there are some truly ridiculous things being alleged in this new lawsuit. It's important to note here that the plaintiffs, aka the Yeezy app team members, are comprised of 6 separate people who are suing Kanye, Yeezy, and Milo as a group of defendants. Even though Milo was fired and is no longer with Yeezy, he was the chief of staff at the time of all this app bullshit going down, and according to some claims in the lawsuit, he is directly responsible for some questionable behavior. The lawsuit documents are absurdly long, like nearly 50 pages of pure yap, so let me just sum it all up with the app team members' complaints for damages, which is the umbrella violations they're suing Yeezy for. These complaints include forced labor, cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment, failure to pay minimum wage, failure to pay overtime, hostile work environment, discrimination, failure to prevent harassment, fraud, and quantum meruit, which essentially means money the developers were owed for work they had done. The plaintiffs support these complaints with evidence such as nobody on the team actually getting paid for any work they did, regardless of if it was before the app was officially acquired by Yeezy or after that happened. And some of the more concerning claims revolve around minors. According to the lawsuit, some app team members were aged as young as 14 and were constantly coerced into working long 12-hour shifts, and of course were not paid for the time they spent on Yeezy projects. Apparently, minors were also forced to sign NDAs and were denied access to a lawyer to help them read over said NDA contracts, and they were also pressured into signing by being told nobody would get paid until they did. Additionally, Milo specifically had some pretty damaging allegations in here, with the plaintiffs claiming he directed Venza to create subgroups of developers based on race and national origin. There's also claims of Milo just being straight up racist to black app team members, along with just overall creating a hostile work environment. Some of the most concerning stuff in here, however, is claims alleging that Yeezy porn was distributed in the app Discord server where minors were present, which is of course insanely illegal. I have personally heard from multiple former app team members who are not part of the lawsuit say that this never happened, so the jury is still out on the minors being exposed to explicit material. Following this bombshell lawsuit document dropping, Milo actually took to Twitter to voice his opinion on the entire thing, calling it a joke lawsuit being led by a disgruntled, comically inept developer who is mad he didn't get chosen for a full-time Yeezy job. Milo also calls the racism claims bonkers and says this lawsuit is the most dishonest thing he's ever seen filed with a court, and claims this developer has no standing and doesn't represent either of the acquired apps. I think it's also worth mentioning that along with former app members coming forward and debunking the porn claim, a large number of them have also expressed to me that the majority of things being alleged in these documents are either exaggerated or just simply untrue in order to gain more media coverage, which puts more heat on Kanye and Yeezy. Along with the lawsuit, we got a shit ton of leaked mockup screenshots and videos of the app being used and put on display. A couple of these have clear use of Donda 2 and Yandhi songs being placed alongside Donda and Vulture's 1 stuff, but unfortunately this was just done for mockup purposes. According to app team members, Donda 2 and Yandhi were never requested by Ye to be placed on the app, and they were only used as image placeholders while designing interfaces. Apparently, the info that those albums were going to be put on the app was also used as a way to weed out potential leakers within the development team, so I think it's safe to say that this was never something Kanye was genuinely considering. Finally, I want to cover a ton of info that dropped about a Zoom meeting that the entire app team had with Kanye sometime in April of this year. This Zoom call is where the screenshot of Kanye on Bianca's account came from that Donda's Place posted when wishing Kanye a happy birthday a few weeks back. We actually got full meeting notes for this call, but it's kind of all over the place, so I'm just going to summarize things. It seems like Kanye began the meeting asking the team to be more organized and asking them to take the app further, going on to discuss ideas for advertising and marketing. He also states he doesn't want to use Instagram and wants to beat out TikTok and Amazon. From here, however, he kind of loses focus on the app and begins talking about a grand vision he has that would include local factories and stores that would manufacture and sell Yeezy apparel. He reiterates he wants physical Yeezy locations and that getting those set up is far more important than the app. He even asks the team to focus communication on getting this vision done, saying he wants to separate music from clothing. He again said he wants local facilities to manufacture clothes and talks about connecting the online app to these local facilities. Kanye specifically stated that he wants a new community to connect clothes and empower the real people and raise economies. At this point, a Yeezy employee named Amy tries to get him back to discussing the app with the team, which Kanye really did not like, with him angrily saying they needed to focus on the vision.
I do want to talk about, I don't give a fuck about the app, bro. Why did we derail the guy Massimo? That's the real fucking thing. Just said he wants me to produce in his hometown. I said it and then we derailed. Why do I always end up screaming on these fucking Zooms? I just said what I wanted. I'm the boss. I said what I wanted. Massimo, did you hear me?
For sure.
What did you think I said I wanted?
You want to produce in Argentina.
Kanye finished off the meeting saying he wants them to put the same consideration that went towards the app into creating the clothing vision, and even specifically says the app is okay, but it's not the most important thing. The goal is for the people to wear the clothes, and he finally states he has 80 people but no store. This is kinda wild because it shows that all throughout March, April, and May, Kanye literally could not have cared less about the app or music. His sole focus and goal was always to open physical stores and push clothing harder, which is funny because literally none of that ended up happening. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and let me know down in the comments your thoughts on this new lawsuit.